friends, in today's video I'm going to show you some cards that I recently made using our Memories and More card packs. My best friend and I are planning a very special creative event in June, and we wanted to send some thank you cards out to our guests who have registered, so that's what these cards were for. I had no design in mind. I did have some ideas, but I had no idea how these cards were going to turn out, and in the end I was super pleased with them. So as I had all the supplies out on my desk, I thought I would make one more and film it so I can share it with you, and hopefully you'll get some inspiration and ideas today. So without further ado, let's start stamping. For today's cards, I used the Enjoy the Adventure Memories and More card pack, as well as the Enjoy the Adventures Memories and More cards and envelopes. So let me show you. So I've used up almost all my card bases and envelopes. So some are blue, some have the orangey color, which I can tell you is Mango Medley, and Petal Pink, and there's Mint Macaron. So those colors are retiring. Balmy Blue is staying in our color families. So I think I'm just going to use this last, oh, there's another blue one. So I'm going to use this base here. So as you can see, these are not our 5.5 by 4 1/4 cards. These card bases, when folded, measure 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then I have another package of these because I always love using these Memories and More. Again, this particular one, Enjoy the Adventure, is retiring. And once things are on our last chance list, beginning April 4th, which is tomorrow, it's while supplies last. Okay, so you have these cards that have double sides. You're so sweet, yay. Really fun for scrapbooking or just making really quick, easy cards. I love them. I love these so much. So you get those, and then you also get these cards. So these first ones, these measure 3 by 4, and these ones are 4 by 6. So again, you can just pop that on a card, or you can use the reverse side, and of course for scrapbooking too. Really cool. I'm just going to use this one, and then there's stickers. Super cool little stickers. This one, obviously, gotta have it for the dogs. So when I was creating these cards today, I really had no idea where I was even going with them. I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna look good. But I just had fun and just played, and I am so thrilled, personally, with how these turned out. I'm really happy with them. So I am just putting this right onto the card base. Okay. And I pulled out my Ranunculus Romance stamp set. This is retiring. And I'm gonna grab my crumb cake, and literally my desk is so covered with paraphernalia right now, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do this video, because I have everything out. But honestly, I can't even find my ink pad. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to pull in some scrap paper, because again, I just want to keep today's video pretty quick. So, I'm taking this script stamp. If you've watched my videos, you'll see I use this a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp again without re-inking, and I'm just stamping randomly, just like that. This is going to be one of those cards where you're just going to have to bear with me. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you will like it at the end, but even I was like, oh dear. How is this going to turn out? I don't know. Okay, so just stamped some roses randomly. I think it's really fun to just play, and you know, we don't always have to follow tutorials or do things a certain way. I think it's really, I mean, we can. I do that a lot of times too, but I think it's really just fun just to go for it and see what happens. Okay, so you can see I have stamped this image here and the postmark up there, and that's all I'm going to be using from this stamp set. Next up, I already cut a piece of gold foil with a rectangle die, kind of a really pretty frame die. This is from the Painted Labels die collection, and this is also retiring. I love this set of dies. Okay, so once I cut that with my gold foil, then I ran it through the cane weave embossing folder, which is being carried over into our new catalog. And now I'm just going to take some of our foam adhesive sheet. You can use dimensionals. I'm just going to use this. And I'm going to just pop that on like so. Next up, I looked through my designer series papers to see what I had that was kind of springy. This is a country gingham, and I really love these colors. And let's see, the colors are mint macaron and the balmy blue and sweet sorbet and petal pink. So all I did is I just cut little strips of the designer series paper. I wanted to have 5. And I wanted to have at least one of the balmy blue, the mint macaron, sweet sorbet, just to add a pop of color, and the mango melody. And I just remembered that I forgot a step. I shouldn't have put this piece on yet, but I literally did forget this step. And I had a feeling I was. So I'm picking up some of that petal pink, and I'm just kind of adding just a little bit. And because I didn't go underneath it, I'm just going to lift that up. There we go. Maybe put a little bit here too. I just wanted to pull some color in. Then I pulled in the mint macaron, and I did the same thing. Just picked up a little bit of that color just to break up all that white. Now, some of the cards, as you'll see when I show you in a few minutes, have different patterns than this one. So some of this color showed, some of it not so much, but it did look really good. So you will see that in a momento. I'm going to pick up some balmy blue next. And again, I wish I hadn't put that on yet, but that's all right. Okay, so just little splatters of color. Again, I'm not trying to hide all that white, but I do want some on there, some color. Next up is adding some strips of paper, as I was mentioning to you a second ago. So you can use different sizes. I wanted ones that were a little bit longer than the others, so let me find that paper. Okay, so I have some pieces that are 3 1/4. That's 3 1/4, and then the other ones I think were about 2. But you don't have to be super particular. Let's just move this paper out of the way now. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my tear and tape, and I'm just going to put a couple of strips along the front to hold down those strips. This one in the middle because it's a little bit longer than the other ones. I'm going to stick with that color. And then I literally just put them on kind of willy-nilly. And I wanted them to be staggered in different heights. And again, even me, as I was putting this together, I'm like, oh my word, what the heck? This is gonna look crazy. All right, now I'm gonna take some tear and tape again. So here I'm just using the white frayed ribbon, and I'm just going to bring up the ends and just cut on a diagonal and just put that on. That's a little bit too long. There we go. Okay. Next, I'm pulling in the Days to Remember stamp set. This is carrying over. It's not retiring, which is awesome. This is such a cool stamp set. And I have a basic white circle. This is about 1 3/4. You can use your layering circle dies, which are retiring, or you can use a punch. Now I've already gone ahead and put my stamp on. This is this one right here. And I'm going to use my Memento Black. And I'm going to put my foam mat underneath because it is photopolymer, so I do get a better image when you do this. So I'm just going to stamp it just like that, just to get some numbers on there. And again, I'm bringing in my foam sheet. And I'm going to put that on right in the middle. So I used our cottage wreath dies and mint macron to cut out a wreath. So that's the die I used. These are carrying over into the new catalog. And I just add a little bit of glue around the edge of my white circle to put on my wreath. Sentiment, I'm using the Adventure Awaits from the Let's Sail stamp set. Now this stamp set is retiring. I don't think the punches though, but I didn't want my Adventure Awaits underneath the word adventure. I wanted it all in one line, so I cut it in half and put it on my block. Pretty radical, I know. So I'm going to stamp that with black. Stamp it down on a scrap piece of, this is just when I cut my basic white. I just have strips left over and I keep them especially for banners like this. And I'm actually going to flip that over because I want that to be a little bit more center. There, that's better. Okay, I'm just going to trim that up. I'm going to bring my crumb cake back in and take my small blending brush, and I'm just going to go all around the edges. This on with a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. And just put that right in the middle. So our event is in June, so I'm using the June stamp. And again, my little strip, actually I had another strip that was a little bit wider. So I'm going to stamp that in black also. Put a little bit of glue on that. I'm not going to put any crumb cake around it. And just tuck that right down in the corner. And then for this card, I had some gold adhesive back swirls. So these haven't been available for a while, but you could use any kind of embellishment that you want. I did stock up on these a little bit because I really, really like them. I think this is my last pack, actually. So I'm just putting one on every corner. And that is my finished card. I think considering I didn't really know how this card was going to turn out, it turned out really, really well. Let me show you the other ones that I've made. I got a whole stack of them here. So you can see this background's a little bit different. the pattern, and I also used silver on some of these cards. And that one had all the flower patterns, but still super pretty. These cards really came together nice and fast, but I really think they're a little bit extra special. I really, really love how they turned out. And I love that even though the background that I used on the cards, they're all so different, but they all look so pretty. And having these card bases already pre-cut and all of the envelopes done. In fact, let me show you. Oh, here's another one hiding over here. Here's one that had the greens. Where are my envelopes? Here are my envelopes. So these are the envelopes that come in the kit. And even though they had the stars already on them, I still went ahead and stamped from that Ranunculus Romance stamp set, and of course my address. So I am just really, really tickled with these cards. Really, really tickled. So it was a super fast video, I know, but I wanted to show you what I've been working on today. And this is not something that I would have envisioned by looking at this particular card pack and Memories and More. But I'll tell you what, I'll definitely be ordering some more of these card bases, and hopefully there'll still be some available. So if you are wanting any of the products that's retiring that I use on today's card, be sure to get your orders in lickety split. Oh, I forgot to mention I also used iridescent rhinestones for the silver frames, and then the gold ones. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's really quick video, and I hope you guys got some inspiration and have some fun stamping. Take care. I appreciate you. Happy stamping.